Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to you all into Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma, Washington on ESPN Plus for a great Saturday evening contest as Tacoma Defiance is set to play host to Phoenix Rising FC here in the USL Championships Pacific Division. Hello, everybody. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark. Dave, this Phoenix Rising team, red hot coming into tonight's contest. They are the team to beat, not just in the Pacific Division, in the league.
Yeah, 5 straight wins for Phoenix Rising, and it's hard to figure out which player to focus on because they have so much attacking talent. Today, though, we're going to focus on former Sounder U23, Aiden Quinn, their number 10. He has 2 goals and 6 assists in his last 5 matches, 5 straight with an assist. Quinn has plenty of targets to pull that trigger to. That forward band of 3 is impressive.
Yeah, it's certainly, you're spoiled for choice when trying to choose one player to feature for Phoenix before the match. We'll get to the rest of them in a moment here. But for Tacoma, it's going to be an important night for the defense to really step up and try to play this Phoenix team to zeros. Tom Brewitt, even though he's not playing at center back, will have to play a big part in that.
Yeah, when you say step up, Tom Brewitt's doing exactly that, stepping up a single line. Brewitt will be the defensive mid, something that he has experience with in the lower divisions in England, and about 14 minutes or so against Sacramento midweek. Brewitt as a defensive midfielder will be a challenge, but if he's marking up against Quinn, that's a big body for Quinn to have to go around.
As we mentioned, Phoenix Rising, 16-3-5, 53 points at the top of the Pacific Division. Tacoma on the wrong side of the red line right now, 8-9-6, a 6-2-3 record here at home. There had only been 1 loss, that was to this Phoenix side earlier this month before they dropped a tough result here on Wednesday night.
Yeah, and it was Phoenix Rising that kind of broke the streak for Tacoma Defiance. Tacoma's now has lost 4 in a row.
They will be looking to rebound against the league leaders here at home. It is anthem time here at Cheney Stadium. We pause for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. When we return, our starting lineups and the first half of action between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC here on ESPN Plus. Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma, Washington, and on ESPN Plus. Moments before kickoff between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC here on a Saturday evening in Grit City. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark. Dave, before we turn our attention to the starting 11s, good news for Tacoma on the injury front. Everyone available.
Yeah, the multi-care pre-match health report is perfect. All healthy for Tacoma. Phoenix Rising are going to be without Zach Lubin due to injury, and Tate Schmidt is suspended.
So there's your multi-care pre-match health report. Let's take a look at the starting 11s for both sides. Up first, the Phoenix Rising FC lineup named by head coach Rick Shantz. In goals, Andre Rolls. The defenders from left to right, Ryan Flood, James Musa, Joseph Farrell, and Darnell King. A midfield of Aiden Quinn, Kevin Lambert, and Arturo Rodriguez. And a very formidable attacking band of Santi Moar, Darren Maddox, and Solomon Asante, Dave.
Yeah, that's just 1 change from their last match. 4 changes for Wade Weber in his 11.
Whose Tacoma Defiance will line up like this. In goals, Christian Herrera. A back 5 of Randy Mendoza, Abdoli Sissoko, Taylor Mueller, Jackson Reagan, and Joe Hafferty. A midfield of Reed Baker Whiting, Tom Brewitt, and Obed Vargas. And a forward pairing of Sam Adinaran and Ray Serrano.
Yeah, and it's the first time that Tacoma Defiance have had a 2-man forward set under Wade Weber. And you'll notice we called that a 5-3-2, not the 3-4-3 of the past. There's lots of shifts going on, not just Tom Brewitt forward, but Randy Mendoza and Joe Hafferty are expected to sit back a little bit more than is traditional for Tacoma.
Your referee for tonight is Brad Jensen. Assistant referees Christian Clark and Andrew Merihart. Christopher Calderon, the 4th official. Phoenix in vibrant red will move from right to left. Pardon me, from left to right on your screen here in this first half. Tacoma Defiance in commencement gray going back the other way.
Yeah, we've got another monocolor versus monocolor, which we both love. Makes it easy for our job.
It is Obed Vargas over the ball in center circle, awaiting Brad Jensen's whistle to get this match underway. And Vargas, the player who really distinguished himself here on Wednesday, despite the result not going Tacoma's way.
Yeah, a little ball control midfielder. Obed Vargas can play as a 6 or an 8 today. He will be tested with those big bodies for Phoenix Rising.
Underway here in Tacoma, 90 minutes between Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC here on ESPN+. Winning a throw-in along that near touchline.
I like what Phoenix is doing here. The high press early against a team that's made so many adjustments is a great idea. Tacoma will take a few moments to figure out their passing lanes today.
Randy Mendoza making his 14th start of the year, 21st appearance overall. Been kind of a do-it-all guy for Tacoma, but that's mostly just because they asked their wingbacks to play so many different styles of positions, like you mentioned earlier with that 3-4-3 that Wade Weber has kind of relied on for most of this season.
Yeah, Randy's played as a left wing back, a right wing back, and a left center back so far this season.
Important to note also, Dave, the stakes on offer for Phoenix Rising tonight. Sure, Tacoma on the wrong side of the red line, but Phoenix can clinch a playoff spot with 3 points here, and depending on results with San Diego and Las Vegas and Orange County and Oakland, they could even clinch the Pacific Division top spot outright.
Yeah, huge match for Phoenix. Obviously, Tacoma needs to get one more point than Oakland, who passed them in the midweek action.
Both teams currently level on 30 points. Oakland out in front by virtue of a tiebreaker. Flag up for offside there against Darren Maddox.
Rising's so good at that, I'm actually surprised that he's offside. Their ability to transition.
Pardon me, it's Santi Moar who's offside there.
Santi Moar this time offside, but still surprising. Rising's transition play is not just amongst the best in the USL Championship, but some of the best transition play in North America.
Star-studded roster, and one that just kind of replenishes those stars at will. Jackson Reagan dealing away under pressure there. Here's James Musa. International defender. Ricochets off of Serrano and back off of Ryan Flood, the left back. Run in by Joe Hafferty, making his second start of the season for Tacoma, first here at home. Player who joined the team a little bit later on in the year after finishing his collegiate career at Oregon State, where he was a prolific defender for the Beavers.
I think at Oregon State he played left back, left center back, and right back. So anywhere you can get him on that back line, he's happy to serve.
Mueller working away under pressure. Arturo Rodriguez hemmed in the corner, trying to work against Sissoko, the big French center back. Asante. That ball came off the referee, and that will be a drop ball for Phoenix. Changed the laws of the game in recent years.
We may have to change your nationality identifier on Sissoko. Word is that he has been contacted by Senegal and is eligible. So once he makes that appearance, our notes change.
Well, certainly, though, he will still be claimed by Leuli, the small, call it a town, call it a suburb. Paris is such a sprawling metropolis, Dave. It's kind of tough to tell the difference between the two. But a very famous footballing town in France.
Sissoko's uncle just announced his retirement, Demba Ba.
Darnell King, Arturo Rodriguez talking this over. Aiden Quinn also over the free kick. It's from Quinn, headed up in the air by Mendoza. Asante looking back into the channel. Reed Baker Whiting just blasted upfield.
The set piece situations are going to be a strength for Tacoma. They have 5 players over 6 feet tall out on the pitch tonight.
You and I were remarking, Dave, that this probably has to be among the tallest average height for a starting 11 that Defiance have ever thrown out there. Definitely get the sense that Wade Weber's game plan is to not be physically bullied around by Phoenix.
And Coach Rick Sands has made it public pre-game that he wanted to kind of get physical with Tacoma, understanding that Tacoma in tight spaces is fairly strong with their ball control midfielders.
Flood wins that header. Sissoko going to try the line here. Headed away by King before it can reach Mendoza.
Strong header by Tom Brewitt there to cut down that transition play.
Going to be interesting to see how he adapts to this. Like you mentioned, it's a position that he has familiarity with. You know, he's played it before, but when you're so used to wiring in as a center back and making sure nothing gets in behind you as a DM, the world changes a little bit out there. That's Brewitt, stand-up challenge. Kevin Lambert carried it through, and Phoenix spill it to the far side.
And he's played it before, but that was a few leagues ago and a few thousand miles ago.
A few thousand miles both in distance traveled and distance on his legs. Brewitt's still a young man, but he has been Mr. Consistent for Tacoma Defiance this year. Integrated himself really well since arriving in the South Sound before this season.
Talking to him, he's absolutely loved the Puget Sound area, has adopted a local dog, and is working towards U.S. citizenship.
And here for Ryan Flood. Flood looking for the big ball to return it to Solomon Asante. Through ball here towards Serrano, trying to check up to it. Baker Whiting takes over. Mendoza. Nowhere to go. Hafferty wants the through ball, and that over hit on the delivery from Tom Brewitt. Not used to playing that far forward. Too much mustard.
Yeah, he had about 10 yards too much on that, and that's about how much further forward he is than typical. But I like what he saw there. I like that run that Joe Hafferty made. Those are two players that aren't in places they're used to. They had the right thoughts, and that's the hope here from Wade Weber early in this game, 10 minutes in, just to see his players acting as they're supposed to and ideally making those adjustments as the match rolls on.
Play held up here for Obed Vargas, who has stayed down after colliding with a Phoenix player. Sam Adinaran asking for the trainer to stay off. You saw Obed Vargas extending his leg there, saying he was stamped on. But he will get up and carry on.
He's a very Wade Weber player, Obed Vargas. Works hard, pre-game, post-game, in-game.
Wow, and earning every bit of his time out here with Tacoma. He's 16 years old. He's making his 13th start tonight. Serrano tracks this down. Reed Baker Whiting. Coming inside, the shot. And off target. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
I like this from Reed because he had the pass cut down and manages to pop off a curling shot that was a lot closer than our initial look made us think.
th minute now, Dave, and one thing you can really tell is that Tacoma has set their line of confrontation much further back than they traditionally do, particularly here at home.
Yeah, much more compact. That's to get their numbers behind that ball. And it's to try to force Phoenix into being a possession team, something that they're not comfortable doing.
What control there from Solomon Asante. Cross in behind Santi Moar there. And Asante upended, free kick given. Randy Mendoza, the guilty party here, Dave.
Yeah, it tries to get around, and I think there was just too much upper body in that to allow it to go. We've seen referees not call that, but also that's a fair call. If that continues through this match, we'll see some open play from two teams that are very good with the ball at their feet.
Defiance were reduced to 10 men in the match against Phoenix earlier this month. Josh Atencio sent off in the first half on 2 yellow cards. So Rodriguez and Quinn over a set piece from a very similar position as the first one. 2 in the wall for Tacoma. Quinn shovels it in. Falls to Darnell King. Flood puts his foot through it, and that trickled through traffic.
Yeah, I think he just misstruck that one, almost with the bottom of the boot, it looked to be, keeping that just skittering across the ground. We should also expect Christian Herrera to boot the ball long, much more frequently than typical tonight.
Jackson Reagan putting his footwork on display. The big man from Michigan.
Not many 6'5" center backs that can pull off those 2 moves in a row.
Worked up there to Moar out wide for Solomon Asante. Just get the sense, Dave, that Defiance might be planning to try to catch Phoenix on the counter this evening. Quarter hour gone at Cheney Stadium, 0-0. Moar running through everyone. He's tripped up there. Wade Weber unhappy with it. Quickly back underway from Phoenix. Darren Maddox dropping all the way back. Rodriguez tried to flip it through. Sissoko gone over the top. This is going to find Ray Serrano. Hafferty here.
Ray had about a half touch there with the opportunity to see a dinner and in.
And Darnell King won the position for the ball. Picked up a quick free kick and quickly has it back in play. Flood picks his head up. That drops in. Asante gets a touch to it. Still Asante. Rodriguez. And Phoenix going to pull this ball back out. Flood has another go. Ricochets and out for a corner.
Defiance with all 11 inside the penalty area.
Moar checking in with Christian Herrera. Quinn spins that in. Herrera goes for the punch. Rodriguez. A second ball. And another corner.
In the last Tacoma home match against Phoenix Rising, Darren Maddox scored on a corner where he was essentially left unmarked.
Working here against Tom Brewitt. That got the head of Maddox, but this time it's cleared off the line. Musa, Maddox, skied for it, got upended. And a clean challenge in the eyes of the referee, though Maddox stays down. And the long ball is too long for Ray Serrano.
Maddox still working his way to be in an onside position, quite slowly.
Well, he's a player who knows this area of the country real well from his time in Major League Soccer, in Vancouver and Portland. Didn't waste any time reintroducing himself. 2 goals. Including the game winner in that earlier contest against Tacoma. This ball stayed in play. Musa recovers and gets it back to Andre Rawls.
VAR with a handy signal to let both Sam Adeniran and Phoenix know that ball was still in touch, or in play.
Inside here for Rodriguez. Rodriguez lets fly. And off target.
Wade Weber will be very satisfied if Phoenix Rising are forced to take shots from that range.
Two clubs battling over the Atlantic Division's final playoff spot take center stage when the USL on ESPN continues. Charlotte Independence travels north to Dillon Stadium to take on Hartford Athletic Thursday, September 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Space here, too long for Ryan Flood. Phoenix, Flood's first professional club, Scottsdale, Arizona native, who was playing in the NPSL last year with FC Arizona. Albert Vargas trying to fight off Moar there. Well played by Flood, winning the goal kick.
And in one of the other matches we're paying attention to tonight, Oakland has scored to go up on Orange County. That's good for Phoenix Rising and bad for Tacoma Defiance.
Getting to be that stage of the year, Dave, where you can't really just be watching the action in front of you. You got to keep an eye on what's going on around the monitor. Kevin Lambert fighting off a dinner in. King looking to lay that ball inside.
We've seen a few times now where Phoenix's back line passing in what should be simple lateral passes have wound up with missed touches or just hitting it too wide.
Yeah, with how compact Defiance is right now, Phoenix are really going to have to work to pick out the right pass, Dave. They've been looking for it, haven't found it yet. There's a ball up the side for Quinn. Long throw up toward a dinner in. Well run by James Musa.
No mistakes, no mistakes. Jackson.
Quinn looking for Flood. Strikes his target in the back. Moar looking inside. Now it's a dinner in. Sissoko going right up the middle. Easily handled there by Joseph Farrell. And a set piece for Tacoma. Dave, we talked about the height in this lineup. Set pieces, probably one of their better chances tonight. They usually restart them short, even from this distance. But they're going to have to choose their spots tonight. Baker Whiting. Reagan. Serrano trying to float it to the back post. Brewitt unable to keep it in play. A hoodie season is back. Get the latest zip-ups and pullovers for fall at the Tacoma Team Store Monday through Friday from noon to 5 p.m. Also online at Tacoma.com/team store and visit the Cheney Stadium Team Store on match days.
Go now, go now, go now. Yeah.
Well done there in the end by Farrell. We have seen back passes to keepers really, really not work out on a couple of occasions when Sam Adinneran's the man applying pressure this season, but Farrell didn't leave anything on the bone there. Quinn out wide, Asante. His cross batted down and knocked free. Reed Baker Whiting with the second clearance there.
That pass from Quinn is exactly what you expect to see from the veteran.
Moar off for Flood, no advantage developed. Free kick.
We get a different angle on this one at least. Some variety for you and I.
Yeah, it's been inverted over the x-axis. Rodriguez and Moar, pardon me, Aiden Quinn over this set piece. It's Rodriguez to the far post, and Herrera catches it cleanly. One of the benefits of being a 6'5" keeper, Dave, is, well, you really are expected to win those balls in the air. What a service. Serrano tries to square it with his first touch. It's not a bad idea. Little back heel there. Quinn wins the throw-in and quickly gone ahead toward Moar. Searching ball, broken up by Reagan. And scooped out for a throw.
Hafferty's clearance there is exactly what Wade Weber wants today. Don't take risks, don't take chances. Be very pragmatic in the actions that you take tonight.
Well, it's been a pragmatic 30 minutes here at Cheney Stadium, 0-0 between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC. Up toward Maddox, headed away from him. Rodriguez. And Asante.
We've called enough Defiance matches in the past where there have been players that would try to avoid contact. And I think you're seeing tonight that there are none of those on the pitch right now.
Certainly it is a starting 11 that is designed to win 50-50 balls and second balls. And so far, they've been doing a good job of that. Moar hits the gas, cross coming in, gets beyond Maddox. Asante skies it. Well, you so rarely see Solomon Asante miss his spot. Maybe there's something on the bounce of the ball there. But the Ghanaian might feel a little hard done by that he hasn't put his side on top.
I think he was a little bit surprised that this ball squeaked through because that's 3 players, one of his own, that missed it. Might have just surprised himself, not on the stride that he normally hits when he strikes the ball.
Usually such an automatic recipe for success up there in his time in the USL Championship. The league MVP in 2019 and 2020. And that 2019 year, Dave, he not only won the Golden Boot, he led the league in assists as well. Defiance win a throw in here, parallel with the 18. Randy Mendoza. With a leave there, Baker Whiting, Adeniran likely offside. Maybe, just maybe, would have been held on by Ryan Flood. Couldn't get to the ball in any event.
Joe Hafferty running fast enough to force Rawls to make a play that was a lot closer than it needed to be.
One of the things Seattle Sounders general manager really liked about Joe Hafferty, his foot speed, keeps a level head on his shoulders. A new era of Division II professional women's soccer begins in 2023 with the introduction of the USL Super League. Head over to uslsoccer.com/USL Super League to learn more. An exciting development for both the USL and fans of women's pro soccer here in the United States. Big chance to grow the game for the women's professional ranks. Free kick given on advantage. Adeniran left a shoulder in against Farrell.
I think he left a lot in.
It's an awfully big shoulder, Dave. Heavy touch there by Flood. Knocked away by Tom Brewitt.
And there we see the the difference in the compact shape that Tacoma's playing with tonight versus normally. Ray Serrano or Adeniran would have been able to run on that ball most evenings.
Well, you talk about a conservative play, that's about as conservative as they get, Dave. That ball back to the center field warning track. Quinn. Rodriguez. The return. Off here for Rodriguez. Trying to drop it to Darren Maddox at the back post. Wide here, Darnell King. Hard hit cross. And sent into touch out the far side. Lands in the party decks over there.
Phoenix gets the ball back in play so quickly that the ball that went out hadn't even hit the ground yet.
A free kick won by Tom Brewitt. Nothing malicious in the challenge there. Forgive me, it has been given as a throw-in, despite the whistle. Had me fooled. Long throw towards Serrano here. Ball almost hits the assistant referee on the far side. That's Andrew Merihart. Ryan Flood getting some free yardage. Brought down by Moar. Rodriguez into space for King. King's cross. Broken up by Mueller. Rattled around by Obed Vargas. Moar stood straight up there. And Adeniran gets the ball off of Rodriguez. He's past midfield. 3 defenders around him. And the dragnet just closed on Sam Adeniran. Mendoza wins that off King. Ahead for Serrano, too much on it. Now this Phoenix side, Dave, impeccable at finding one another in space. Their passing has been locked in through 40 minutes of this contest.
They're always looking up and looking down range. Their preference is to break multiple lines and bypass their own players frequently.
It'll be tough to do with so little space between the lines from this Tacoma defensive look. Serrano bats that ball down. Controlled by Farrell. Or escorted, more like, back to the hands of Andre Rawls. Not much for Rawls to do so far in this contest. He's unbeaten on the year. 11 wins, 4 draws when he's between the sticks. 4 clean sheets to his name. But sometimes, Dave, in a match where you've been so dominant in possession, sometimes keepers can get a little drifty.
It's that lack of engagement. You lose a little bit of focus. We know that can be a big issue too with a player like Sam Adeniran, just because he can create a shot out of nothing. So if those two moments overlap with Rawls unable to pay attention for just a brief second, and then Adeniran taking one of his incredible shots, that's kind of what Tacoma's hoping for.
Yeah, the big forward for Tacoma pretty much has a howitzer instead of a left leg. Ryan Flood trying to drop that off from Moar. Darnell King. Rodriguez. And he over the crossbar as well. Well, Tacoma sets sail on a High Seas happy hour every weekend home match. 90 minutes before every weekend match, Cheney Stadium opens for the High Seas happy hour presented by Luna Azul Tequila. The next High Seas happy hour is October 9th against Orange County. Visit tacdefiance.com/ticket information to learn more. Spinning away here is Rodriguez. Maddox. Maddox pulls that ball back beautifully. Still working. His shot's blocked. Aiden Quinn. Another blocked effort. And a Defiance player that stayed down here. Sissoko back up on his feet now and looks to be all right.
I think he had his back turned to one of those blocked shots. Simultaneously fortunate and unfortunate for Sissoko.
Rodriguez trying to flip it back inside to Darren Maddox. And a free kick given there just outside the penalty area. And I believe that is Ray Serrano who's booked. We'll wait for the official confirmation. But it wasn't for the foul. Looked like he talked himself into a yellow card.
Might have been kicking that ball away after the whistle as well.
Well, that'll do it. It is Serrano who goes into Brad Jensen's book.
Yeah, you'll see the heavy contact here with Tom Brewitt. A foul, whistle, and Ray just kind of kicks the ball away and shrugs his shoulders.
It's now a really interesting set piece. Quinn and Solomon Asante over the ball. Asante gives it a go. Herrera catches it cleanly. Well, that the best chance of the night for Phoenix. '45th minute. No word yet on how much stoppage time we can expect to play. Sissoko trying to float that up to Hafferty.
Ball too floaty in this case.
Being told there won't be stoppage time here in the first half. So this likely the last bite of the apple for Phoenix if they get the ball forward. It's King. Asante. Maddox. King. And that will end the first half. Well, Phoenix Rising have been probing, but they've been unable to find a breakthrough. It's 0-0 to break between Tacoma and the visitors, Dave.
And it's been an exciting match to see the two tactical approaches that are quite different, and both coaches will be happy with their side so far.
Scoreless through 45 here on ESPN+. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll take a look at what's going on around the rest of the USL Championship. Don't go away.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Sigue la lucha. Aún no acaba esta batalla. A estas alturas ya estamos cansados, pidiendo esquina. Pero no es momento de bajar la guardia, porque este enemigo, cuando parece que ya está en la lona, se levanta de nuevo y te ataca por donde menos lo esperas. Así que arriba la guardia, porque si pierdes la máscara, todos perdemos la lucha.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Today, as you step onto the field, as you defend and attack, as you move swift, quick, like you were made for this, know that you do not do so alone. With each step, you run with all of the women before you and all of the women that will come after you. A stampede of mujeres blazing a trail on fire. Time cannot catch you. Para ti no existen los límites. You come from women that transformed pain into victory. Women that accepted impossible as a challenge is brought to you and you do not turn away. Your journey today awaits you and you do not step down. You step into your purpose. You step strong. Con toda la fuerza de mujer, you step up.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
Tees it up, what a strike, and what a goal! Hartford has a goal!
His right-footed shot, headed in, knocked away.
Looking for Para, could fall for an opportunity here, the shot comes in! Oh, it's brilliant!
Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma and on ESPN Plus. 0-0 through 45 minutes between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC. Hi everybody, I'm Andrew Harvey. He is Dave Clark, and Dave played to zeros through 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a level match, 2 tactical battles going on right now. Wade Weber wanted to absorb pressure, and they've done quite well at doing so.
Let's take a look now at what's going on around the rest of this USL Championship of ours. First of all, there's some scores, and Dave, very interesting as far as we're considering the playoff implications for the Pacific Division matches.
Yes, absolutely. The Pacific Division matches tonight are all at halftime and are all level. San Diego and Las Vegas Lights are level at 1-1, and Orange County went level with Oakland Roots thanks to Michael Orozco scoring in 1 minute of first half stoppage time to level that one at 1-1. Other action over in the mountain, we're paying a lot of attention to that because that determines the playoff seeding. Colorado Springs won 3-1, and of course Haji Berry scored. New Mexico United go on the road to San Antonio and snatch a 3-point victory with their 1-goal win there.
That is big for NMU. Let's take a look at the schedule to come here in the next couple days. We talked about that Hartford Athletic Charlotte Independence match on ESPN Deportes, but obviously in the Pacific, it is going to be fast and furious from here to the finish line, Dave.
Yeah, we'll have all eyes on Sacramento Republic and LA Galaxy too. Republic are trying to surge above that red line, and if they want to challenge Tacoma and Oakland, they have to win against LA Galaxy too. Orange County hosts Phoenix Rising, another great match, the 1 versus the 3. And then Sacramento Republic hosts Tacoma Defiance in a match that'll see those two for their second time in a month. And in just a few weeks after that, the 3rd and final time for the year.
Well, here are the Pacific Division standings, or at least here's where they were before all these matches kicked off tonight. As it stands right now, pretty much everyone's set to take 1 point from this evening's proceedings, should the scorelines hold.
Yeah, everybody except Republic and Galaxy 2, just add 1 point to their totals, and those are the live standings. Same order.
So we'll definitely keep an eye on the other scores to see if anyone distinguishes themselves here in the second half. And finally, let's take a look at some of the big headlines from around the league. Obviously, for me, the biggest one, the USL Super League, a Division II women's professional soccer league on its way to start in 2023.
Yeah, I'm all about seeing more professional opportunities for men and women. All genders should be able to play professional soccer if you're good enough. And to see the USL get behind the Super League and expand those opportunities for more athletes to earn income and play this wonderful sport is amazing.
We have another announcement for who's joining the W League to begin play next year, and it's a good one. Indy 11 bringing some women's high-level amateur soccer to complement their men's side.
Yeah, so many USL teams are getting behind the W League. I know here out on the dry side, Spokane is going to have a USL League One as well as a W League side.
And of course, finally, the Albuquerque City Council has released details of the New Mexico Stadium lease, and it's going to be a good deal for the city, going to be a good deal for the club, and a really great chance for them to build a top-of-the-level soccer-specific stadium down there in Albuquerque.
Yeah, they're talking 12,000-seater. That's going to be a palace for soccer, and we know that the fans from all over that state are united behind pro soccer, and they might even get to be united behind a women's pro soccer team as well. That was released in that announcement.
Well, that's what's going on around the rest of the USL Championship. Meanwhile, here at Cheney Stadium, it is 0-0 between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC. We'll take a break here on ESPN+.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Sigue la lucha. Aún no acaba esta batalla. A estas alturas ya estamos cansados, pidiendo esquina. Pero no es momento de bajar la guardia, porque este enemigo, cuando parece que ya está en la lona, se levanta de nuevo y te ataca por donde menos lo esperas. Así que arriba la guardia, porque si pierdes la máscara, todos perdemos la lucha.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here on ESPN+. Set for the start of the second half between Tacoma Defiance and Phoenix Rising FC, who are 0-0 through 45 minutes of play. I'm Andrew Harvey, alongside Dave Clark. Dave, Phoenix, dominant in possession, dominant on shots. They've outshot them 10-1, but in terms of good chances, there's really just been a solid one on either direction. Let's take a look at those 2 chances now. The first from Reed Baker-Whiting for Tacoma Defiance. This is Solomon Asante's free kick, which came right at the end of the half there.
And a nice little laser goes over the wall there. And an alert play by Herrera, who hasn't had to have too much action, although quite a bit more action than Rawls.
Well, for Reed Baker-Whiting's part, he had a chance much earlier in that first half, cut inside from the 18 and let fly with a right-footed effort, but it was off target.
Yeah, he put a great moment there. Took what would have been a blocked pass and created it into a shot. Smart play by Reed just needed a little bit more curl on that to get it inside the upper elbow. One of the interesting things, though, is despite Defiance getting that one shot off, one of the numbers I like to track is clearances. And Defiance are dominating that category infinitely better than Phoenix Rising, which might not actually be a good thing. Phoenix Rising has 0 clearances on the day.
Well, I think that probably is the lone stat that will definitely tell you how that first 45 minutes unfolded there. For Tacoma, they're at a stage in the season where they need 3 points here, but realistically against this Phoenix team that's been so dominant, I mean, 16 wins on the year. They have a plus 31 goal differential, which is among the best that the league's ever seen. In fact, one of the only teams that's ever done better was Phoenix Rising back in, I believe, 2018, when I think they finished with a plus 54 goal differential.
Yes, they're on pace to set the shot record for the USL Championship. They have a player 6th in goals scored, 2 players in the top 5 for assists. It's a dominant attack. It's got 2 MVP caliber talents on it and the best number 10 in the league. At the same point, Tacoma isn't thinking about how level is good enough. They're chasing that red line. They need 1 more point than Oakland tonight.
Once again, as we mentioned, currently level 1-1 against Orange County Soccer Club, as that match is still in halftime. Las Vegas Lights and San Diego also at 1-1. Reed Baker Whiting. Brewitt past a lunging tackle from Kevin Lambert. He's down after the ball's gone away. It's a free kick. Pardon me, it is Reed Baker Whiting who's down. He went down away from the ball. Didn't see the contact. See if we have a replay. Here it is, Dave.
Yeah, we're going to track Reed Baker Whiting here. He gets the ball off, and it looks like the attempt to win that ball just went right down on his foot and or ankle. Phoenix immediately asking for help, and the trainer, no trainer visits, though.
Darnell King offering his apologies there.
Sometimes there are smart fouls, and sometimes there are accidents. So that one categorized as an accident.
So it will be Reed Baker Whiting over the set piece. Mendoza to his left. Host of options at the 18. Drops this toward the back post. Too much on it. That's twice now Tacoma Defiance have had set piece opportunities tonight. And twice, Dave, that they've failed to really generate anything from them.
Yeah, they don't have their normal taker out there right now. Carlos Anguiano is on the bench, the center mid, who usually takes both the corners and the dangerous set pieces.
Put in a hard shift against Sacramento in that loss on Wednesday. Most of the guys on the bench did, to be honest with you. Villanueva, Robles. Definitely have to wonder how substitutes will impact this match as the minutes wear on.
Yeah, Coach Weber pointed out that this is the 4th match in 11 days for Defiance.
Darnell King, that corkscrews through. Herrera tips it to himself. Well, and there will be no rest for the weary as far as Tacoma is concerned. 2 rescheduled matches from earlier in the season that were pushed to this late phase. We'll see to that. There's one against Oakland due to COVID concerns, and another where they were actually set to play against Austin Bold until a massive thunderstorm rolled through Texas. That's pretty much the only reason that Tacoma has a non-conference match left at this stage.
Yeah, that long trip to South Texas is going to be an interesting journey for Tacoma.
Hafferty. Drop back. Tom Brewitt nutmegs the referee. Obed Vargas slipping this in. And brave keeping from Andre Rolls. Not many men out there who'd lower their head and run right at Sam Adeniran.
lot of faith in the attacking player to keep you safe.
Ryan Flood reaches that ball, cuts it back. Asante spins, and it's blocked by A.B. Sissoko. Second good chance of the night for Asante. Moar, Flood. Quinn. His cross blocked, scooped away by Reagan. Right back to Moar. Another block. And this will make it out for a corner, despite a heroic chase from Randy Mendoza.
Solo's starting to get dialed in, and if you give him a third good chance, he'll probably hit it.
Hayden Quinn teeing up the in-swing. Sends it straight in. Popped free. Darnell King. Asante lays it off to King. Nicked away there by Mendoza. Now into space for Serrano, and Andre Rawls is going to beat him to that ball. A lot of numbers being committed both directions. And Tom Brewitt with the inventive decision to head it all the way back to Herrera. Well, the center back playing defensive mid tonight. Some unconventional play, some unconventional thinking, but it worked out.
Cheney Stadium, you'll always see something you haven't seen before.
Ball strikes the referee, second time tonight, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. In this case, no stoppage since there was not a change of possession. Mendoza. Baker Whiting. It's a low ball, and it's tipped away. Ray Serrano was inside the area, but couldn't put it on frame.
It's the kind of shot that you don't put any power behind. You just try to redirect and aim it. Reed provided all the energy on that one.
Hard hit cross along the route. The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent and helping players transition to their USL senior teams. For more information, visit usl-academy.com. Big switch. King reads it all the way. And Andre Rawls forced to head that. Serrano. A couple of tough challenges, and Flood bats it away. Now Darnell King tried to pull a anything you can do, I can do better for Tom Brewitt. Left his goalie in no man's land. Herrera just gets that ball away. Rodriguez, King. Moar wants it. It comes his way, came off his arm, and it is handball. Defiance free kick going out the other way. And Santi Moar had some extra conversation. Taylor Mueller is upset that the ball was put into the net after the whistle had gone and is talking to the assistant referee about it. Defenders always take umbrage with that, Dave. If someone takes a shot after the play's been blown dead. In hockey, it's liable to start a fight.
I think Jackson Reagan had a little bit of that hockey attitude towards him after that anyway. He kind of loomed over Moar for a moment.
Lovely redirect by a dinner in there to keep that in play. Big man says, makes no sense for me to throw this ball. Throw it to me.
Yeah, he'd much rather be in that 18 receiving a pass.
Ryan Flood went for the ball, lost it shoulder to shoulder. Tacoma throw.
This entire sequence was created because Ray Serrano just doesn't quit.
Turned over there to Solomon Asante. Darnell King gets to the ball. Adinarin lops it into space and nearly tracks it down. Boy, Sam Adinarin is something else when he hits the afterburners.
There may be faster players with that first and second step, but once he gets four going, I don't know that anyone can catch him.
He also covers a lot more ground with his first four steps than most players in this league, Dave. Out of play for a throw-in on the far side. Arturo Rodriguez whips his head back after getting into the Brewitt zip code, and a free kick's given. We'll see if we have a look at this. Brewitt, unhappy to say the least, Dave.
He's never going to change that call, but he's hoping to change one in the future. Here he is. He just has his back to...
Yep, got him.
He did make contact.
Got to keep your arms down in the modern game. Floated in here by Aiden Quinn, caught by Herrera. Farrell. Kevin Lambert. And the switch to Flood. Phoenix definitely looking to switch the field more quickly here in this second half, Dave.
They're switching faster. Defiance is entering the attack much more quickly tonight. Halftime energized both of these teams.
King looks to be teeing up a long throw. Lambert popped away from Maddox. Lambert under it once more. Moar. Swing and a miss from Santi Moar.
Dinner unable to wrap that around, giving Phoenix Rising this throw in. Letting Tacoma reset its line.
Moar. His cross over Maddox. King settles. Ryan Flood blocked and a corner. They go quickly. Flood. And another towering header for A.B. Sissoko. Christian Herrera just wanted to get a breather there. And we'll see our first substitution of the night. Ethan Double-Air on his way in for Tacoma to replace Reed Baker-Whiting just past the hour mark.
Strong shift from Baker-Whiting.
King, space for the cross, and does not connect the way he was hoping. Now join the USL in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month through October 15th. Visit uslsoccer.com/Hispanic-heritage for exclusive content and stories that celebrate members of the Hispanic community that have shaped the USL.
It's about the 17th role we've seen Ethan Double-Air in this season. Little left center mid now.
On a homegrown player contract with Seattle Sounders FC in Major League Soccer. Down here in Tacoma for the evening. Maddox finds Moar. Flood. More space for a cross. That one not cleared away from Quinn. And it's a Tacoma throw-in.
They wanted a rapid restart, but just didn't have the bodies there.
Lovely first touch. Off for Serrano. It's a dinner in. And what a tackle to get that away from Sam Adeniran.
Just a brilliant run from King to recover from his space. And his foot gets in the way of that shot. Adeniran was going to blast it through the back of the net without that tackle.
That ball would still be moving if it hadn't have been for Darnell King. Best chance by far for Tacoma. Now a corner, their first. A lot of height inside the penalty area. Over the head of Mueller, Sissoko went down. Looks to have lost his footing. Randy Mendoza, he floats one in. The header and a snap save from Andre Rawls, denying Adeniran.
Just dialed in, perfect cross, well struck header, and Rawls, perfect focus on that.
He has been locked in when called upon tonight. Aiden Quinn lost his footing after tackle, bowled over a man after the ball went away. There's Rawls once more. Throw-in was quick and was taken too far downfield for the liking of Brad Jensen, the referee.
Currently some momentum behind Defiance, but they can't get too forward too much. Phoenix can strike so fast.
Serrano, bat cross, collected by Rawls. Maddox off to Quinn, and Jackson Reagan has just tattooed his own teammate there, looking to get rid of that. Can't quite make out who was on the receiving end of that.
That was, looks like Obed Vargas.
You're correct, and oof, close range. So obviously there will be a pause for as long as there needs to be to check in on Obed Vargas here in the 66th.
And there will also be a challenge here for the center referee to figure out who had possession, as that was a clearance that was going to be booted all the way down into Phoenix Rising's territory.
That's a great question, Dave.
Aiden Quinn and the center ref had a discussion about it, and I don't think Aiden Quinn liked the answer. So I'm expecting Defiance will pick it up.
Oh, good to see. You got Darren Maddox in there, breaching across party lines, as it were, to check in. And I think they're asking Obed Vargas some questions.
Yeah.
To make sure he's in a fully lucid state.
If Wade Weber does need to make a change here, the two natural replacements would be Danny Robles and Carlos Anguiano. Smart play by Jackson Reagan there for that clearance, but Obed Vargas just very unlucky to be in the way of that ball.
Yeah, Reagan might owe Vargas a sandwich after that one. So Vargas coming off under his own power. We'll see if he is set to return. In the meantime, Phoenix set to make a change of their own. They're going to bring in David Luera to replace Arturo Rodriguez.
Rodriguez has had a solid shift for Phoenix. Strong secondary runs that have opened up space.
And he has restarted play. And I think blew it dead for a handball there along the near touchline. So Obed Vargas has come back on, and now we will see Luera brought in for Rodriguez here in the 68th.
Yeah, a little hockey-style redirect with the hand there.
So for Luera, just his 4th appearance of the year for Phoenix. A man from Zaragoza, Spain, and current in on loan from Orlando City. That is Obed Vargas quickly back in the action, but he can't round his way back to the ball. Quinn
Ball's getting his touches in tonight via the feet. San Diego's moved up on Las Vegas Lights behind Tumi Moshabane.
Through ball here. Luera puts a foot to it. Didn't quite hit it on the dip the way he needed to.
They now lead 2-1.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the SXM app. Phoenix have the ball back here. Luera. Asante. Luera's cross, right off Mendoza, out for a throw. Not taken from the appropriate place. A lot of people don't know this. You're not allowed to actually move the ball forward or backward. A lot of people think you can just kind of take it as far back as you want. Usually the referees are more lenient.
Excellent tackle by Ethan Double-Air. And it looks like this time Phoenix Rising will dial in for the classic throw-in set piece.
Darnell King can't heave him. Asante shows near side. Lambert looking to turn. Volleyed clear by Serrano. Maddox. Asante gives it a go. Herrera got his hands to that. And there was some real power on that shot.
No chance for Herrera to do anything but react here. Brilliant two-fingertip save.
Hayden Quinn to the back post, and Herrera gets that one cleanly off the head of Kevin Lambert. Serrano down the line. And you can see the attempt to not give up a goal kick there. A double change in the offing for Phoenix. In comes Luis Seijas along with John Baquero. I'm going to pull Darren Maddox and Ryan Flood to make the change. Seijas, new with the club, very new, signed on September 8th from Union de Santa Fe in Colombia. Played most of his career in South America, Argentina, Colombia, Brazil.
We're going to see more stoppage time because Phoenix doesn't seem to know who's supposed to be leaving.
Well, looks like there might be a problem with the substitution card. So Maddox has been summoned off the pitch. And Flood has left as well.
King had left the field for a few moments.
So some confusion between the fullbacks as to who was coming out. Caro, 2 goals in now 19 appearances for the club this year. And he is offside with his first touch of the match. Won the 2017 Mac Herman Trophy, awarded to the best player in college soccer while he was at Wake Forest. And then came to the club in 2019. Well, 2020 you could call it, after time with Toronto FC.
Looks like the next stoppage will have some more chess match moves.
Solomon Asante, it's a low cross and right back out. 2 more changes now for Tacoma Defiance. Alec Diaz and Carlos Anguiano going to check in here. Obed Vargas coming off. As will Ray Serrano, who has battled tonight, combined really well. We were wondering how that 2-forward combination was going to pay off with he and Adinarin. Didn't lead to a goal, but they really were able to find each other.
Really strong 21 minutes in the second half for Ray Serrano.
Flicked header. Vaquero got to it. Couldn't put anything behind it, however. Under a quarter hour left to play. Still 0-0 here at Cheney Stadium. Here's Aiden Quinn. Pardon me, that is Vaquero. This is Aiden Quinn. Farrell. Out wide, Darnell King. His cross meets Vaquero, and Vaquero, the substitute hero, he bags a goal in the 78th. Well, it's a quick impact. Subs on, 4 minutes later, has the go-ahead goal. And all to do for Defiance now with under 13 to go.
And this is all created really by King, given a lot of time to set up to the cross, pinpointed far post run, Vaquero. And you'll see Jackson Reagan just pounds that ball into the roof of the net afterwards, a little bit of frustration.
Well, a 3rd goal on the season now for John Vaquero. And one that, as it stands, looks set to clinch a playoff spot for Phoenix in this Pacific Division.
And though Defiance were solid in defense, they should know that giving up a goal, only 1 goal to Phoenix Rising, would be a success on the night. The key is to have the offense that makes up for that.
Now, of course, Defiance gonna really have to open things up here. They played a pretty buttoned up game, and there's another giveaway. Vaquero trying to lay it off for Kevin Lambert. Defiance want to play on the break. Double air. And Phoenix taking over. Luera gone down. Asante carries on. Advantage played. He cuts it back. ball gone out of play.
Alec Diaz, fortunate probably to not see yellow after that tug.
Well, you got the sense that Phoenix was going to start generating more and more scoring opportunities. This game was starting to open up. And Darnell King, a great run up that far side. Really well hit ball to Becerra. Quickly ahead for Adeniran. Rolls, spills it. Adeniran, he's in. He's leveled it. Andre Rawls has been perfect all night, Dave. And now in the 80th minute, he misses on an open ball.
Yeah, just a swing and a miss, like a batter that didn't see the pitch right. Andre Rawls, and stumbled down afterwards, too.
Well, Dave, what was it you said earlier? When you watch a match at Cheney Stadium, you'll see something you've never seen before. Goal number 7 on the year for Sam Adeniran. And very quickly, 2 minutes after giving up the first goal, we're back on level terms.
There's energy behind both teams now.
Well, Phoenix still going to push and threaten here. King does enough to shield Double Air off that ball. Luera slips up there. And Double Air sticks a foot in, wins it.
Mendoza didn't know what to do with the ball, forcing Tacoma to retreat.
Herrera's clearance blocked, falls to Becerra. He lifts it over. Moar went for it himself, had Asante to the inside. Who has more left in the tank? That's what this match will come down to. Kevin Lambert just gives it a go.
Both coaches with 1 substitution opportunity and 2 subs available.
Adeniran looking up toward Diaz. Anguiano. Diaz. Inside for Adeniran. And I can't tell if the forward got a redirect on that or not. Rawls in front of it in either event. Here comes King, assisted on the first goal. Matt Cross not as on target. Dave, if you're Tacoma, we've talked about the importance of points at this stage in the season. As it stands, particularly with Orange County and Oakland still at 1-1, set to stay on the wrong side of the red line, but happy with a 1-1 if you can see out the result.
Yeah, anytime you can get a draw with Phoenix Rising, it's a success for any team in this league. They win 2/3 of their matches.
They've only failed to score in one game this season. It was a 0-0 with Sacramento. Sissoko clears it facing his own goal. Moar. Vaquero. Squared to King. Lambert. Asante. His cross blocked by Randy Mendoza. Third time tonight that defender has gone to ground and blocked a dangerous ball. Aiden Quinn to Moar at the back post. Lambert. Teeing up the bicycle flick. Quinn wants Lambert. Headed away from him. And another corner. This is Seijas' ball. The outswinger from the Venezuelan. Now Vaquero got a foot to it. Couldn't keep it in. Now up for Farrell, off his face. And Herrera on the loose ball. Herrera made like he was going to move quickly, then thought better of it.
Lambert lurking right there to prevent a quick restart.
Pruitt right up the middle. They're only have eyes for a dinner on right now. Ball went away. Vaquero. Sissoko breaks that up, but it's going to fall for Moar. And Reagan nicks it away from him, but it does go out for a corner.
That's the power of Phoenix Rising right there. A 3-on-6 and the transitions in their favor.
This time it's Aiden Quinn. And the header at the near post, off target.
It is currently highly unlikely that Phoenix Rising clinches anything this evening, as San Diego has moved up 4-2 on Las Vegas in a match that I'm certain the fans in Vegas might not enjoy, but the neutrals would probably love 6 goals.
Well, for Phoenix, assuming this match finishes at 1-1, this will definitely feel like 2 points dropped rather than 1 earned. Statistically, all but a certainty for them to make the postseason. Still very good chances that they are going to be the top overall seed here in the Pacific. But this team was really expecting more, particularly when you score a goal to make it 1-0 78 minutes on.
In some ways, the scoreboards they're watching are Tampa Bay and El Paso.
Luera. Another corner.
As they battle for the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That
We had no stoppage time in the first half. That won't be the case here. 2 goals and that injury to Obed Vargas, who later came off into his own power and rejoined play before being subbed out. Quinn. Herrera pops it up. Lambert. Quinn back to it. A short ball in. The shot through traffic, and it's gone in. Who else? Santi Moar has bagged surely the game winner in the 90th. Goal number 14 on the season, and a massively important one.
Just chaos within the area. Tacoma unable to clear it effectively. Ball lands through, and it is deflected, but it was on target. Jackson Reagan got his body in the right spot, but not the proper angles.
Wade Weber going to bring on Issa Ryan and Alex Villanueva here for whatever amount of stoppage time we'll play. And Rick Shantz can afford to be pleased with the finish from Santi Moar there. It looks poised to guarantee his side a spot in the USL postseason. Asante, Moar. Shot from distance. Herrera tips that aside. Well, that nearly made it 3.
Both of these substitutions are like for like positionally, but are much more attacking. Wade Weber has decided that it's better to draw 2-2 with the possibility of a loss at 3-1.
We're being told that the 4th official indicated for a minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time. And now it will be Phoenix Rising's turn to be in no hurry to play this ball. Quinn chips himself inside. And it's tackled away from Moar. Tom Brewitt upended. Santi Moar going to get booked here. No argument, knew exactly what he was doing, and Brewitt's not going to let him off the hook that easy. Has to basically carried away by a mixture of his own teammates and a Phoenix player. Kitchen sink time for Tacoma Defiance. Seijas tying up there, pulls the ball free. Moar, round 1 tackle. Ryan has it off of him. Moar. It's upended. Phoenix going to make another change here. Joey Calistri coming on. Solomon Asante is headed off. No particular hurry to do so. Looks like it'll be a short restart here on this free kick, and it is. Tacoma's throwing. Do they have enough time to get the ball downfield? Long boot. Adeniran has fouled his man while going for it. And you have to think that that'll just about do it. Don't think they're exchanging addresses to put each other on their Christmas card list. Well, what a roller coaster for Phoenix Rising, who score a late game winner courtesy of Santi Moar in the 90th minute, and with 3 points have clinched a spot in the USL Championship postseason. A real emotional roller coaster tonight for Tacoma Defiance, who shortly after giving up a goal after a very strong defensive performance basically are gifted an equalizer, but in the end aren't able to see out the result, Dave.
No, they'll be disappointed in this one. Their tactical approach kept them involved in the match for longer than most are against Phoenix Rising, and eventually they broke.
Well, Phoenix Rising back in action next Wednesday. They're on the road at Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Tacoma Defiance also on the road for their next two. They head to Sacramento next Saturday on October 2nd. Once again, your final score from Cheney Stadium: Phoenix Rising 2, Tacoma Defiance 1. That's going to do it for us here at Cheney Stadium. For all of us here on ESPN+, including Dave Clark, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.